Still get banned, yeah. It's a very annoying hero to play against. It really limits what you can pick for your safe lane to play against those Darkseer +1s that just cut the weight behind your tower and put a lot of pressure on your safe lane carry.
There's still Grimstroke Doom combo. I love Doom as a response to a Centaur because he's your primarily target in a team fight. And with Grimstroke, you have to. Like, you can't just Doom the other target because he's going to use Stampede and they run away.
I think I'm off the Doom train, though. He is 1-7 in this tournament, and a lot of those games have just been ugly. And TNC with the Batrider already banned.
I mean,
I'm sorry, with the Oracle already banned, they're going to go Batrider.
That's the same concept.
Yeah.
I mean, you just need a catch. You need to grab Centaur and kill him so he can't pop his ulti.
And this is the hero I really want to see Kuko on as well. It's one of his best heroes. He can be a big playmaker. He can push out lanes. He can find kills. He can get very active on the map. It suits him
So
very
do
well.
VP dip back for the Warlock here?
So far hasn't been their preferred go-to 5.
Okay, Shadow Demon. Again, this has been the staple of their last few series of drafts. It puts so much pressure on these BKB reliant cores like the Troll that's still in the pool for TNC.
It's their comfort pick, and it's also a great hero against the Batrider. You have a built-in save as well, so pretty good overall.
I still think VP will be considering the Nyx Assassin as you go into that second phase.
Yeah, you're playing against Batrider. Definitely.
I even like it against Grimstroke.
Good. Yep.
So TNC, they need to ban out good heroes against the Batrider. Maybe Lifestealer, Juggernaut. These are always heroes that come to my mind.
Imagine the TA still very much on the table for TNC.
Ooh, yeah, TNC, maybe, yeah. I don't know if VP want to consider against the Batrider, even if it's not
or Grim
going to lane against you. It's just annoying, problematic hero either way. And TNC ban out Slark, just something we've seen numerous times on Ramses, and that's another carry that matches up well against the Batrider, not just, Lifestealer, Jug, Slark.
Yeah,
Slark is good in the laning stage against the Batrider, but not at the first couple of levels. Like that hero is like, if you misuse your Q, you can just straight up die.
It's not an easy lane by any means, but Slark also, once you get to mid game, very good against the Batrider.
You just help the Slark like level 1 and level 2, and and then he just destroys.
Getting a lasso off on a Slark, you never want to lasso him unless you know 100% Dark Pact is on cooldown. It's just so hard to play into that hero.
Well, the other thing is that we've seen a lot of like these beefy tricores. We've seen a lot of like Centaur, Sven, Omni tricores where these heroes just, they stand in the front lines, yes, but they also are feeding Slark essence shift stacks.
I think there's a hero I really like Armel on. That's one of his best is Kunkka. It's always nice against Centaur. You can't just stampede away when there's an X initiation. So if you get gone on by an X boat into a Tarn, there's no escaping until afterwards with the Stampede.
Seems like TNC is trying to focus on some Ramses bans.
Yep.
Any that should still be banned? Morphling comes to mind, perhaps?
For sure. Troll is still a hero that I like a lot.
Io and Gyro are still in the pool.
Still in the pool?
I will be so surprised if that duo goes completely by the wayside in this series. It is 7-3 thus far in this tournament.
Would you then ban the Io, or would you ban the Gyro?
You ban the Io.
I think we'll see neither ban, just because it's just so team specific.
You ban the Juggernaut.
It's 7-3, but it's what, 3 different teams who have played Io Gyro. How many teams? Like the number of teams who are playing it is small. It's not like something that is in every team's kind of go-to.
Oh, that's not a hero that we've seen a lot of. And with the Batrider already on board, imagine this is a little more likely to be a support position, Nature's Prophet. Although we have seen it run safe lane in the past.
That's an interesting support duo. They have very little stuns and lockdown between Grimstroke and Nature's Prophet. Very much picked for the lanes.
It's not been very successful.
That's true.
And they're a bit squishy on TNC right now. Like all these 3 heroes are kind of paperish.
I still think Io Gyro is just sick here because you got a 5 and a 3 that have plenty of disable. But Nyx Assassin still is amazing for Roger.
Sometimes Roger is the one playing the Shadow Demon.
True. And
But
they've even run it. Hey, they've even run it
Yeah.
Pasha in the past, although with the
Yes.
Centaur on board, not here.
Yeah, and it seems like the only time that VP did that was when they also got their hands on the Omni Knight and put the Omni Knight on position 5.
One of the heroes that is forgotten and still good in the laning stage against Bat Rider, a Phantom Lancer, because they banned out Slark and Jog. It's still an open option. We'll see how this draft develops, but you can always sneak him in as a 10th pick if they don't have too much AoE. Yeah, you can see Ramses. He's saying like, yeah, this is a good Phantom Lancer game.
And
Yeah.
I can,
Oh, lip reading. Good man, Lacoste, next level.
Not just lip reading, but
Russian.
yeah, understanding Russian is what I'm more impressed by.
Я буду играл Lancera. That's what he said.
And now as TNC, you really have to think twice about any kind of BKB reliant core because you now have 2 supports that both crush BKBs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need something like a Storm here. Mobility.
Storm definitely. I mean, Storm could be good for either team right now.
Yeah.
The other hero VP played last series, which looks solid, is the Death Prophet. I think Death Prophet's just a good all-around hero right now. Gives you an objective taker, and is something.
I would
I
love
think
to see
DP's
some kind of a
okay for
save.
VP.
I would love to see some OD maybe on side
Oh,
of TNC.
boy. I think that's asking for trouble. So the other, so we talked about the Sven stat split in this patch. Troll's the opposite. Troll is 10 and 25 in games that end before the 40-minute mark, 14 and 9 in games that go past that mark. I think the Troll pick here really goes away from a lot of the TNC strengths.
They have a lot of ways to deal with Troll, especially during his ulti with Shadow Demon, 2 spells, Spirit Breaker, or just a Stampede to run away. I feel like right now VP's lineup more saving potential, way too beefy for what TNC has right now.
The one thing the Troll does bring to the table, he's one of the best carries on the laning stage. Like he's very powerful with his spells there. And looking at these supports and other heroes, like TNC have the makings of a lineup that can win a lot of lanes right now.
Oh, I don't know. I think Shadow Demon, Spirit Breaker give you a lot of flexibility in terms of your lane configuration. You can tri-lane that if you want to. And then the Leshrac is a perfectly good 1v1er in either the mid or the safe lane. Obviously, we expect him to be mid in the hands of no one this game.
I feel like with just these 4, I'm not afraid to say no matter VP picks last, I'll still favor their draft.
I think I was going to say largely the same. I think that through 4 picks, this is a fairly massive outdraft by VP. I'm reluctant only because I feel like TNC might have some cheese in their back pocket here. I don't believe they're a Meepo team.
Jeez.
They pulled out Bristle.
But yeah, there's
Their damage is pretty limited. Bristleback works fine against Slash because he usually builds into both Crimson or just Vanguard and Pipe. And their damage is limited. The one thing they have is a Soul Catcher against Bristleback, so maybe they should ban it out. They could still put Troll Warlord on mid. And this could imply that it's a BB because OD ban.
Yeah.
Still, I just don't know that.
The cheese might just be like a Kunkka pick because that's the TNC. I mean, it's not cheese, but I think that's more likely. TNC's not really been a team ever that just looks towards these, more gimmicky gotcha picks to end their draft.
Yeah, I think the Kunkka is just more likely because you're kind of with the Kunkka pick, you're kind of saying, look, we know that the Troll is countered late game, but we're comfortable enough fighting with our other 4 heroes in that mid game time frame, and the Troll's just a damage dealer.
And it's normally still Gabi that plays Troll, and then Armel is a phenomenal Kunkka. So
where's the lockdown? If Virtus Pro picks something like a Morph here for Ramses, like where's the lockdown?
It's
or
a
Weaver? There's no.
There's no lockdown whatsoever.
Yet. No lockdown yet. Still 1 pick to go. Is there 1 pick that is like the end-all, be-all?
Kunkka just looks like, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
just
I
beat this
think
dead horse, but it gives you lockdown, initiation, and catch. You've got okay already with the Bat Rider. It's not enough on its own.
It's a really long
DK
cooldown.
maybe. Yeah. DK could be an option as well.
I'll still throw Storm in there, but yeah, I like the Kunkka. Okay,
Ooh,
DK,
very
good
nice.
call. You and Lacoste with your DK calls, man. You guys have been money.
When you get 10th pick DK and there's no damage, it can be like, well, it kind of is a cheesy pick in certain games. This game, they have enough damage. There's Soul Catcher, there's Leshrac. It's still a good DK pick, but it's not one of those, oh god, they just picked DK. How are we going to ever kill him?
Yeah, they were limited on single targeted spells during Grimstroke ult.
At the same time, I think what's really interesting is this Weaver pick. 0% win rate out of 3 games. I instantly called it. I disliked it. I understand why they did go for that Weaver. It's one of the heroes that always worked really well versus the Batrider.
Yeah, and I am with no lockdowns or no like hard lockdowns just yet. Maybe Ramses is able just to be that unstoppable force on the Weaver, and that does put then the Leshrac, so no one gets to play the Leshrac in the mid.
Definitely. Weaver is a hard hero to kill, especially when you have no lockdown, right?
Yeah.
And they do not have a lot until this DK or the Batrider get a mobility item, like a Blink Dagger or something similar. So it should be a very easy game in which you can let this Weaver solo lane on this bot lane after giving him a little bit of advantage, and then create a lot of space over the map with that Leshrac.
So we're talking like Virtus Pro is going to find this space, they're going to find these items and the timings, but like TNC, we've already seen that earlier today. Gauze dismissed it and said it was just those things. Like TNC, they play fast, even if the draft doesn't feel fantastic for them. Is VP going to be ready for that? Weaver sometimes can feel very lackluster. Yes, you can dodge, but can you find the farm? Leshrac needs items to survive in these engagements, and Centaur needs to be more than just a stampede. Can TNC play a faster rate than Virtus Pro?
Well, you just said it. TNC loves to play fast, but you know, Virtus Pro, they're one of those teams that started doing that. CIS was known as the scene in which you play fast. It's all about these early aggression and early game kills, and I believe Virtus Pro can match that. I'm yet to see a Weaver win, though, so...
Oh, okay, sure. It's like, so they can play fast, but the odds are against them. Mr. 70-30 on the panel.
We have some very awful statistics for for TNC, actually, from Nahaz. At the same time, Ramses is on this bottom lane and he's facing the tri lane. He's not facing that Batrider, which is a really good play by TNC to set up their lanes this way and to dodge out that Weaver.
Solar, okay, I kind of want to watch him because I was wondering like how he'd try and move around inside the lanes. Obviously, he's got his charge available. Weaver's already moving, so yeah, lane rotation out, switch it up so Solar can get some solo experience on bottom. This can't be the full plan. Like, is this really worth it? The amount of time you're going to trade this out, considering the maneuverability you can get.
At least
TNC.
you have these two heroes. One has charge, the other has Sukuchi, so you can rotate fast. And Solo did really well on this Baraturn. Few days ago, he had like a BKB and Vessel very early on teams.
Actually going after him. With the charge forward, it's going to push him in range, so you can actually get the... If Pasha wants, so if somebody doesn't, he went for the Retaliate to begin with.
They can't get this. They needed a few body blocks in order to get...
In fact, now they want to try and turn around on him. Slow him up, do some extra damage. So Pasha wants to join this lane, sure. He's got 2 stout shields and 6 tangos. So he'll be able to survive, but more space is being created.
Yeah, this is a very problematic situation for Pasha right now, because you just arrived to this lane, but the equilibrium of the lane is completely controlled by TNC, as you can see right now. And on the mid lane, it's pretty even. You can't really zone out this DK, can you?
Oh, what are you going to do against him?
Yeah, he's
like,
just way too tanky.
You're going to harass him and get everything back, and then he'll just breathe fire to get his farm out in the lane, so...